Final motion from Kata Kumi. First one was straight in front, next one was at the back diagonal, next one was at the forward diagonal, next one was turning to the side. Those three motions would actually repeat, where we'd go to the back diagonal, to the technique on the forward diagonal, to the technique to the side. So we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The final motion, motion number 8, again it's the fifth unique motion. So we've done each of the directions so far except the backward direction. So here I'm stepping away from something as I defend. Stepping back, up, straight back on line, hands will come forward, outward diagonal in tiger claw, hand position. No, I'm using it because it's a little bit different than not necessarily what's expected. Stepping backward, however, I will come both hands down, closing into the hip, setting up for a high block, stepping right back forward, upward and outward. So final motion of the kata, if we were to start from here, would be step back, double forward tiger claws, step back, pull into the hip, step forward, high section block. Performing this at a turn to the camera. Again, step back, forward double tiger claw, step back, pull to the hip, step forward, high section block. Basic platform for teaching this will be an arm swing platform. So rather than dealing with a straight punch, I'm going to deal with a hook punch off the right side. So stepping, if this was close enough to come in, I'm just taking a slight step back to get a brace from where I'm standing, letting this arm forward to defend it, letting this arm, I'm not actually hitting here, I'm deliberately pulling it, but this one will shoot into the side of the jaw, again tilting the head up and back. Okay. From here, stepping back to pull the head in, into the hip, towards the body. Final motion from here, the hands could be closed, so this could be a hair pull or an ear pull. I can tilt the head whichever way. But I'm going to step forward, lift it into high block, clearly using the head to throw my target away from me. Let's show that slightly at this angle. Show the swing. Yeah. So the swing comes in. Swings come in. I'm stepping off. I'm intercepting the arm. Intercepting the head again. Keep your mouth closed. I don't want to smash the jaw there. Sliding up into any of those there. Pulling back down. Taking the head into the side. Stepping forward, pushing up. Rolling forward like an uppercut under the jaw into high block. Again, basic application to show the motions and have the effect of countering and putting the opponent either down on the ground, some of them more, or in this case, pushing the opponent clear away so that if the fight isn't over, we're ready for the fight in the next motion. More realistic application, or some slight modifications, I should say, on that. This is not one where I will deliberately just step straight back on a circular punch. There's no real sense of that. I'm actually stepping more into range of it if I'm not careful. I will step back on the angle though. So I'm defending against the shot, I am stepping back and letting it draw in. But because of the tai sabaki, I'm right in front of the opponent. Got to be cautious of this arm, but any shot to here should take their attention away from the arm. Why tiger claw? So tiger claw to me is trying to show halfway between striking, halfway between grabbing. I can use the short knuckles for any of these strikes, or shears. I can certainly use the knife hand for any of the shear. But I'm also sort of showing the idea that when I come back, I can grab, pull, and squeeze in onto the back of the arm, or the back of the neck, or the side of the neck. Short grabs, pulling in, similar with the thumb can pull in either there, or the thumb can pull in either there, clamp onto the opponent. So were I to do the interception, block, and strike, I can then grab for compliancy before going into any of the next motion. So the tiger claw I'm using to show how we can strike, we We can strike, we can grab, we can pull. Clearly though, there is a sense that this can pop forward, so the palm strikes are used, and certainly in the palm strikes, we can go to the side of the head, eye, ear, pull all of that down if we want to be particularly mean about it. So all that's valid and good. What I find is if I'm going to do that, bring something to the hip, I either have to have really good purchase on the ear, or I'm going to have to shift anyway. So that's where we'll come back to the back of the head. Head compliance, I can pull. Okay? Yeah. I can poke any of the nerves in the back to get the head to come down. Similar way, I can poke the arm up to get the head to turn. I don't really have much finesse here. I am going strike, strike, or hit, hit, and then I am just pulling with my body weight, stepping backwards again to pull the head in. And I can certainly keep my arm underneath. So if we do a block, I can strike, wrap, and pull in, so I have the arm as well as the head. So again, if I want to do a head twist to a throw, here's one where, with the arm where it's positioned, pulled in, I will start to step forward, draw the head underneath, start to come over. Okay? For me, this will be more of an effect on someone who's lighter or smaller than it would be someone where not necessarily as nimble to twist. Strike, strike. This actually is another one again that will work for the double lapel platform. So from the grab, similarly, I would not necessarily step straight back, although this is one where if you were to push me, I step, I can come in and strike. The tiger stance, move position here. Yep, if I was to push and I was to brace and come upwards, the tiger claw gives the idea that I can use the small knuckles to hit into both of the carotid simultaneously, or I can hook and hit into one side, either the carotid or the back of the teeth, into the molars if I want to drive his head backwards. That sort of will end the bunkai because I'm shifting him too far backwards. So those ones will more draw him in or down. Okay. From here to draw into the hip, this arm will allow me to push the elbow down, which will start to turn his body as I bring it into the hip. Okay, starting to put his head at an odd angle from the next strike. The show here, stepping forward, high block can start off as an uppercut. It can start as a rubbing the jaw with either of those. So rubbing forward to get that tilt of the body upwards before I start to lift into the uppercut, just by doing a rub with the knuckles into the jawline. Also, the inside of the forearm can again come across the jaw underneath before I start to push upward and lift. Okay? So I'm tilting his head one way and then throwing it off in the opposite direction. Okay. So it can be as simple as a rub, as a shear, or it could be a strike, lift forward. Okay? Throwing the elbow forward at the same time will, if you're standing, throw the whole body backwards like the first one. Okay. So